Look at the total over here. More than 250,000, correct? Not bad, if I'm 30 years old. Unfortunately, I'm actually 40 this year. Uncle already. So this above is actually average for the entire Singapore population based on my age group. But if I compare against my peers, I think this is actually way lower than average. Today, I'm going to show you data from my own CPF and official CPF numbers. I'll show you trends, I'll also make predictions, and I'll show you what to take note of, especially for CPF for 2024. Hi guys, welcome back. Without further ado, let me show you transparently what's inside my own CPF. You would see over here, the bottom part is the transaction history statement. What I'd like to draw your attention is that I haven't topped up to my own medisave, but even though I haven't, maybe you should. Especially if you need tax relief and your CPF special account is maxed out already, topping up to your medisave is quite possibly one of the few ways left to get some tax relief. Do note, the maximum tax relief you can get for medisave top up is $8,000. But if you have already maxed out for medisave last year, the increment in basic healthcare sum (BHS) is all that you can top up with. That is why hopefully this is produced in time to remind you to log in today to CPF to see if you can squeeze in $3,000, which is the jump for BHS from 2023 to 2024. If you log in and your employer has already contributed, do note you can still use the remaining to top up to $71,500 as shown in this screenshot. Some common questions also include, what happens if you have the full basic healthcare sum already, correct? This Seedly post actually mentions that once your medisave is full, your CPF contributions will flow into special account, and if it's also full, it will flow towards your ordinary account. So if you do need more money for your mortgage and stuff, this could help you fuel more money towards your OA for your own mortgage consumption. If you'd like to find out how to top up to your medisave, I've also prepared a screenshot to show you. Simply look for eCashier, look for this contribute to my own medisave, input your own NRIC, and you can actually do a pay now transfer, which is instant. Take a quick snapshot if you need, and I'll move on to the next topic, which is why did I actually not top up for my own medisave account, and I'm encouraging you to do so, correct? Quite simply, if you look at my own CPF statement, you would realize that my special account only sits at $162,000 plus. The full retirement sum for 2024 is $205,800, a $7,000 jump from previous year. That means I still have 40 plus thousand that I can top up to my special account for tax relief anyway, and that's where I intend to jam the monies towards. But I'm also not topping up right now. I'm likely going to do like last year and wait until the end of the year because I have plans to do investments. On the other hand, if you are not too sure what to invest into and you would like to enjoy 4% interest, then top up to your special account, medisave account. As of right now, because the interest is counted by a monthly basis. So you top up at the start of the year and top up at the end of the year, there's also a difference. For myself, looking back at my statement, I actually topped up on 25th December, Christmas, $8,000 using the retirement sum topping up scheme that has tax relief. And then I topped up the full $37,740 as a self-employed. This will also give me tax relief. Now in previous videos, I've also heard many comments, hey, how do you get so much in tax relief from CPF? That's because I'm self-employed. If you are in the employed status, you would realize that your cap is simply your share of CPF contributions. Your employer side does not have any tax relief for you. That is why the cap for most employed people is at $20,400. And the reason it's $20,400 is because it's 20% of the CPF of $102,000, which is the CPF annual ceiling. And back to this point on where I top up on Christmas, I actually had to dig up money because I don't have that much cash lying around. I'm very invested in the equity markets, especially in REITs. And I've actually had to sell away some Maple Tree Industrial Trust shares, cashing in on it to top up to my special account. So let me show you, this was actually done 1+ week before that to raise capital. On the investment front, Maple Tree Industrial Trust has done quite well, and with share price recovering a bit, it's right now my biggest weight in my entire portfolio. If you're curious how to invest in REITs, ETFs, funds, Hong Kong stocks, US stocks, Singapore stocks, and Australian stocks, check out our sponsor today, who is Tiger Brokers. Right now, they have a sign-up offer worth up to $888 Now these are the sign up opening rewards. Firstly, you'll get unlimited commission-free trades for Hong Kong, Singapore and China A stocks for 365 days. Unlimited commission-free trades for US stocks for 180 days. That is why Tiger Brokers is one of the lowest cost brokerages we have right here in Singapore. Use their platform and you can save yourself a lot of trading fees. In addition, you can also activate this auto sweep feature on Tiger Vote reward, and for 30 days, you get your interest boosted to 8% per annum for the first $10,000. What you need to do is within one business day, sign up and activate the auto sweep feature on Tiger Vote, and the system will automatically issue you an interest coupon for the calculation of the interest boosted to 8%, and it will be credited to your rewards center. Quick reminder again, do not press pause on the auto sweep. And to activate your reward, after receiving the interest coupon, subscribe to the selected Tiger Vote funds listed below within 14 days. Save some of your monies over here and get that extra interest. In addition, if you deposit $300 and more, you get $10 of Apple fractional shares. If you deposit $1,000 and more and complete 5 buy trades, you get $30 Apple fractional shares and one sure win draw attempt that will get you more fractional shares between $8.80 to $888. As an extra sign up bonus for new users using my code JoshTan TAP, you would get an extra $30 Tesla fractional shares if you deposit a minimum of $1,500 within 7 days. And last but not least, you can actually start small using Tiger Brokers. You can dip your toes in the US stocks with as little as $1. Look for my links below, and thank you again for supporting the channel. With that, let's dive back to today's discussion. Let's get back to the topic on CPF. Another point to note is that CPF monthly ceiling has increased for this year 2024. It will increase again next year and in 2026. That means two things. The first is that your take-home pay, if you are a high-income earner, may get affected. The second is that your CPF OA contribution is going to go up. That could help you in your mortgage repayments. In this CNA image, you would see that they are explaining that if your income is $4,000, this CPF monthly salary ceiling increment does not really affect you. It affects only those that are earning above $6,000 per month. So let me do a quick demonstration to illustrate how much your take-home pay is affected, as well as how much CPF OA is going in more for this coming year ahead. Take for example, you are earning $6,800 per month. I've modified the numbers to show you your take-home pay previously was $5,600. But for this year 2024, your take-home pay will be $5,440 only, a drop of $160. If your cash flow is tight, you probably wouldn't like this too much. On the other hand, if you are saving well, what you do get is a bigger total income because your CPF increment more than makes up for it. You would see that previously in CPF total, at a monthly salary of $6,800, your CPF contribution per month is $2,220. But right now for 2024, that will be $2,516. Now this is going to flow to all three of your CPF accounts. So to tell you exactly on the mortgage help that you'll be getting, that only impacts the CPF OA account, correct? So I've actually done 3 age groups to show you. If you're less than 35 years old, your monthly CPF OA will be $1,564. If you're 35 to 45, your OA per month will be $1,428. And if you're 45 to 50, your OA will be $1,292. Look out for it. Again, if you need it for mortgage, do tweak it. And I think you can do it via CPF's platform. But these latest OA numbers that I've tabulated for you is to help you do your own budgeting. And it also shows that as you age, your CPF OA contribution starts to drop, correct? Which also means be very prudent when you buy properties in an older age because you're going to rely a lot more on your own cash. Now, if you have learned something already, help me smash the like button. And I've got more good information. And also share this with a friend who can benefit from some of these insights. And also smash on the subscribe because coming up next in a future episode, I'll be releasing top 5 financial mistakes to avoid for 2024. I think that's a good episode that you should stay tuned for. Now, since you stuck with me right to the very end, I have an interesting prediction to share with you regarding CPF. and that is CPF millionaires are just going to go up in numbers. Let's take a look at this regross balances summary table. Take note, this is of December 2022. The 2023 one is not out yet. Regross balances definition is CPF OA. It's not what's sitting right now in CPF. It already includes amounts used for home, education, and investment. So a simple understanding of regross balances is simply what you have earned plus the interest that you have earned, not what is sitting inside the CPF accounts right now. So with that clarified, let's take a curious dive into data points, correct? That table is too difficult to understand. So what I've done is I've actually shrunk the table to show you my own summary. The red box over there is where I'm at, around average in terms of total amounts earned into CPF plus interest. So happen I'm not using anything for mortgage, therefore my total sitting there is my regross balances. I do have plans to deploy that OA to a future property, but maybe that could be a few years time. The yellow box over there is to show you in each age group what levels have the most number of people. Especially for the 40 to 60 age group, you would realize that the highest probability of people have regross balances of 500,000 and above. This is statistics. And we think that everyone around us is earning very well, but I also like to bring up this point on sampling biases. Sampling biases can be explained with this image over here. Is to show you that if you take a sample of your own circle of friends, if they're all high flyers, you would fall into this problem because such a sample will show 3 guys to 1 lady. Feels like so many men, correct? So many rich people. But if you look at the entire total population, it's actually half men and half ladies. This also shows you that there are other parts of society that aren't doing that well. It's also a reminder for us to have some empathy to other walks of life. Back to the regross balances table. I've also shaded another one, which is the green one, correct? And I like to point this bottom portion, more than $1 million. This is actually my own input to it. I do believe in the coming few years ahead, this has to be added to the table already, because there are just going to be so many millionaires on this regross balances table. In fact, if we were to see those who are at the age of 30 to 35, that 260 will have regross balances 500,000 and above, by keeping it inside CPF, they are at least going to compound their CPF at 3+%, and in 20 years time, this 260 is going to hit that $1 million CPF status already. They don't need extra work, they just need to sit on that interest and compound it for time. Hopefully that's an interesting food for thought. And again, a last reminder, if you're watching this in time and want some tax relief, log into CPF and check out whether you can top up and save yourself some taxes. Thank you for watching right at the very end, and I'd like to introduce you to this previous tutorial I've done on why I think CPF Enhanced Retirement Sum is overrated. It's a highly popular video, and I'd like to invite you there too. Take care as always. Goodbye.